Hey y'all! Pokemon Crystal using only one Dunsparce was a very unusual challenge, so let's continue with another unusual Pokemon. This week, I'm going to try to beat Pokemon Crystal using only one Girafarig. As usual, the rules are I can only use Girafarig in battle, and I can't use any trainer items in battle. By the way, if you like this kind of content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and check out more of the videos on my channel. Girafarig is such an interesting Pokemon. It had a significant redesign during the development of Pokemon Gold and Silver, where its body more directly reflected its name being a palindrome. And I like this version better. Hard to tell which side's the front and which side's the butt. In terms of competitive viability, Girafarig is actually pretty great. Well-rounded stats with really great attack, special attack, and speed. Plus, it's got the move pool to back it up. Just like that butt. Just look at all the options. Psychic, Dark, Electric, Normal, Ghost, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. So many options between level up moves and TMs, this one should be a lot of fun. Alright, let's do this, y'all. Off at Professor Elm's lab, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Cyndaquil with Girafarig so that a rival will pick Totodile. For several battles, the rival starter will know Bite, a super effective move against Girafarig, so I figured it would be the hardest for us to handle. Girafarig was a Pokemon designed to have a good side and an evil twin, so I nickname ours Twin It to Win It. Honorable mentions include Buttface. Girafarig actually starts off with a full moveset, holy cow! Tackle and Growl, yeah, okay, whatever. But Confusion and Stomp? Those are both so good early in the game. With 80 base attack and 90 base special attack, Girafarig makes quick work of Bubs' Totodile. Also, shout out to me for getting to turn off the animations before the battle. Heading off to the gym in Violet City, I take on the Flying-type gym leader Faulkner, and we're only level 8, but even so, Confusion makes quick work of Faulkner's Flying Freaks. Man, this Pokemon is so clean. I can't believe I never used this thing in a personal playthrough before. Seriously, if you haven't done a solo challenge run before and are wondering where to get started, try Girafarig. After reaching Azalea Town and dunking on Team Rocket and the Slowpoke Swell, I take on the rival Bubs once again. And he's got 2 Poison-type Pokemon, so Confusion is really strong here. You know, it's kind of sad that in this challenge there haven't been any puns yet. But I guess that's just because of how easy it's been to this point. Oh well. So far, so good. And we're back, baby, alright. After beating up Bubs and mentally recovering from that terrible joke, it's time to take on the Bug Gym Leader Bugsy. Fury Cutter from Scyther is super effective on Girafarig, so I actually had to retry this one a couple times, but not too many. Stomp was an option, but instead I spammed Confusion in order to confuse Scyther. I like to imagine Girafarig trying to explain to Scyther the right order in which to watch the Marvel movies, and Scyther just can't handle it. And before anyone in the comments gives me their opinion, just know that I don't care. Next up is the Goldenrod City Gym and the battle with Whitney's Miltank. And along the way, Girafarig learned Agility, which lets us outspeed and flinch things with Stomp. That's cool! And I don't even want to hear, "The flinches aren't fair." Man, shut your butt! If Whitney can do it, then I can too. These are the moments when I harness the energy of the evil butt twin. Off in Ecruteak City, I head to the Burnt Tower where I take on the rival Bubs once again. And for once, the Haunter's Curse isn't an issue. We outspeed and slam that biddy with Confusion. The Crocodile has Bite, which does a decent chunk of damage, but at level 25, our Giraffe is just too strong. You know, considering the amount of crap that this rival battle usually gives us, it's nice for once to finally knock Bubs off of his high horse with our high horse. Is a giraffe a horse? No. Well, a horse is definitely not a giraffe. I don't know. I feel like we got ourselves one of those is a square or rectangle kind of situation. And to be honest, I'm not good at geometry. What I am good at are segues. Morty time! Next up is the Ecruteak City Gym Leader, Morty, and this run just keeps getting better and better. Morty is usually a huge problem in almost all of these runs, but for Girafarig, it's completely trivial. Being a normal type means we're immune to Ghost, and our Psychic type blasts through his poison Pokemon. In my mind, I've been comparing this run to the Stantler run, but Stantler really struggled against Morty. So is Girafarig gonna end up being the greatest solo Pokemon in Crystal ever? I don't know. That's a pretty tall order. Yeah, and that giraffe pun was a bit of a stretch. After beating up Morty, I head across the ocean to take on Chuck at the Cianwood City Gym. I wanted to take a giraffe, but I surfed there instead. Oh, these puns are killing me on the inside. Oh yeah, and we actually lose here. Poliwrath lands a 50% accurate Dynamic Punch, which is guaranteed to confuse. Yikes! We win on the second try, and we see a fun little interaction here. Mind Reader is meant to guarantee that the next move will hit, but Hypnosis still misses? So I guess the 25% chance for the NPC status moves to miss overrides that mechanic somehow? I'm not sure how it works. And considering the quality of the puns in this video, not quite sure how I dress myself. At this point, I think we still need a few more levels before taking on Jasmine Steelix, so first I beat up Team Rocket in Mahogany Town and then head next door to take on Price, the Ice-type gym leader. We beat him faster than 2 licks of a Tootsie Pop, but I'd like to point something out here. Girafarig has higher special attack than attack, but you see me using Stomp, which is a physical move. Because of the badge boost in the game also applying a type boost, Stomp gets a boost for being normal type thanks to having Whitney's badge. I believe I mentioned this in the Stantler video as well, and it's a good point to reiterate here, because it really does make a huge difference in solo runs. Finally, there's nothing left to do but take on Jasmine in the Olivine City Gym, and I go ahead and teach Mud Slap to Girafarig for just this one battle. The Magnemites are double weak to ground, and taking them out prevents Girafarig from getting paralyzed by Thunderwave. I am sad to say that this battle took a long time to win. Steelix is such an absolute unit that none of our attacks do much damage at all. Plus, it hits like a truck with Iron Tail, and Jasmine has the nerve to even heal with a Hyper Potion. Iron Tail can be a 3-hit KO, so Mud Slap is the only reason we get past this battle, since the accuracy drops give us a ton of extra turns to attack, where we would just get knocked out otherwise. This battle would be so much easier with Earthquake, but we can't get the TM for that until just before the Elite Four. Jeez, what a pain in the neck! In the Team Rocket Radio Tower anime arc, we take on the rival Bubs in the basement underground. We beat this mofo on the first try, and honestly at this point, Girafarig is a force of nature. We're cleaving through teams like a hot knife through butter. We'll see Bubs once again in just a little bit at Victory Road, but even then, I'm not really worried about him. Girafarig is currently outpacing even Stantler. Is this the best Pokemon we've used in Crystal so far? I don't want to get ahead of myself and put the cart before the horse, but it's certainly starting to feel that way. Now for the last Johto Gym leader, the Dragon Leader Claire, and this was such a fun battle. Normally, Claire's a total nightmare because she spams Thunder Wave and there's not much we can even do about the paralysis. This time though, we've got a secret weapon. Headbutt can flinch your Pokemon to prevent them from moving, and even when they don't flinch and we do get paralyzed, it's not over just yet. Agility lets us overcome the speed drop from paralysis, and we don't even get fully paralyzed once. This was a surprising first try victory. But before the Elite Four, we traverse Victory Road to take on our rival Bubs one last time. Remember when last time I said Bubs didn't stand a chance? Yeah, talk about an understatement. We finally got the TM for Earthquake, and I slapped that bad boy straight onto Girafarig. And with that, we've got one of the most busted movesets I've ever seen. We've got coverage for days, baby, and the power to back it up. Girafarig literally one-shots Bubs' entire team. I swear, this thing is the ultimate ungulate. And talk about content, I challenge you to find one other solo runner using the word ungulate. Well, we're here at the Elite Four, and so it's time to check out the stats and moves. And would you just look at the moveset? Holy 10-foot necktie, Batman. These stats are really great too, and I made sure to give Girafarig the spell tag held item to boost the power of Shadow Ball by 10%. Up first is the Elite Four Will, and I just want to warn everyone right now, viewer discretion is advised. What you're about to see is a total bloodbath, a Serengeti slaughter. Girafarig takes down Will's entire team without so much as a stutter step. Not a single ounce of remorse.
Just pain and suffering, all while the evil twin watches, egging the front head on, all the while knowing that soon the prophecy will be complete.
What I'm really trying to say is, it's pretty easy. Next up is the Poison Elite Four member Koga. He's a poison trainer, and we got a psychic giraffe. Simple, right? Well, it's not quite as easy as it looks. We're still rocking out with Psybeam, a 65 base power move that just barely misses the knockout on several of Koga's Pokemon. If only we could just squeeze a little more damage, stretch our neck just a little bit farther. Oh, that's how the giraffes got the long necks. This of course won't be a problem once we get to Kanto, where we can immediately get the TM for Psychic, which is the strongest Psychic move in the game besides Dream Eater. For now though, we're just praying that we don't get trolled by Double Team and or Minimize. Next up is Bruno, and once again I gotta give it up to Girafarig's typing. I make sure to give the Soft Sand to Girafarig to hold, which boosts the power of Earthquake by 10%. which will help with Onix and Hitmontop. Why Hitmontop, you say? It's a fighting type. Well, Hitmontop loves to use Dig, and in this game, Earthquake can hit a Pokemon that's underground using Dig, and even does double damage in that instance. Nifty, huh? Psychic is such a good offensive typing in this game, and even with Psybeam, which is a little bit weaker, his team just can't hang with our stuff. And once again, I draw comparisons to Stantler, because Stantler actually had some trouble with Bruno. Being a normal type, it's weak to fighting type moves, but being normal psychic, Girafarig is actually neutral to things like Cross Chop, which are otherwise a pain in the butt, which is also the head, but not really. Next up is Karen, the Dark type Elite Four member, and she is the first trainer to give us trouble in a very long time. Her Dark Pokemon are all immune to Psybeam. Yay! And we're weak to Feint Attack. Yay! I tried this battle using Return instead of Headbutt for the sheer damage output, but that just gives her Scumbreon a chance to use Confuse Ray and Sand Attack, so instead I opt to stick with Headbutt, and while it's a 3-8 KO, it can flinch, which is exactly how we get past the Scumbreon, without getting completely trolled. After that Moon Kitty, the rest of Karen's team goes down in a single hit each, because Girafarig is just that much of a friggin' monster! Last up is the champion battle with Lance. So here's where we see the true weakness of our giraffe-centric strategy. We're relying on good coverage and raw power to carry us through these battles, but what happens when the opponent has strong, bulky Pokemon that you cannot hit for super effective damage? Well, this is what happens with Lance. I trade out the soft sand for the quick claw, since this seems to be the most consistent way to deal with a trainer who uses multiple Pokemon with Thunder Wave. So, I'll be frank. This is the first battle in the whole run where Girafarig really struggled. It's just really hard to get to the end of the battle without taking a ton of damage, getting paralyzed, or both. So just like with Karen, our best bet is to repeatedly smash our forehead into the craniums of Lance's dragons and hope to flinch them into oblivion. It's either that or level up until we can 1-hit KO all of his Pokemon with Return, and that just doesn't seem like much fun. Plus, I want to see if we can beat Stantler's incredible performance and low-level finish against Red. So, after about a half an hour of trying, I get a run where we flinch the Gyarados, flinch and dodge Thunder Waves on the first two Dragonites, and even critical hit Lance's last Dragonite when it would have taken us out that turn. It ain't perfect, but it works. And with that, we've defeated Lance to become the Pokemon Champion. But you know the run isn't over yet. I'm always going to consider beating the final trainer Red as that true ending. Unless, of course, a Pokemon is just impossibly bad, which Girafarig is definitely not. With the Elite Four defeated, I hop on the SS Aqua and set sail on over to Kanto to take on their 8 gym leaders and earn the right to challenge Red atop Mount Silver. I'm hoping that we get the chance to show just exactly how strong Girafarig is, but we are already pretty close to Stantler's level when we battled Red, so I don't think we're going to be able to surpass it. Still, I'm very impressed with just how strong Girafarig has been. It went completely ham-bananas on the first 7 gym leaders of Kanto, so now it's time to take on the final gym leader, Blue. And after all this time, we are able to teach Girafarig Psychic, and the difference in damage is immediately noticeable. It's basically 50% stronger than Psybeam was, and since we have Sabrina's Psychic-type Kanto gym badge, it gets the same badge boost that made our normal moves so good before. With our powered-up moveset, we can hit 4 of Blue's 6 Pokemon for super effective damage if we want, although Psychic will still do more damage to the Rhydon than Earthquake because of Rhydon's much higher defense stat. The only unfortunate thing is that we're already a higher level than Stantler by the time we got through all the other gym leaders, so I know we're not going to beat it out, but heck, who even thought Girafarig would be this good in the first place? Who am I kidding? No matter what I do, every time I post one of these videos, there's somebody in the comments that just wants to hate on the Pokemon regardless of how it did or even what I did in the video. Looking at you, Doug! Now it's finally time for the final boss battle with Red, and I'm sad to report that, where Stantler excelled, Girafarig has faltered. Then again, Stantler had a huge advantage that Girafarig does not. Both Pokemon can learn Dream Eater, but only Stantler can learn Hypnosis. Otherwise, I think Girafarig could have taken the cake. At level 65, Girafarig is able to cleave through the Pikachu and Espeon, but the rest of Red's team is laughably stronger than us. Red mocks our struggle with his condescending little smirk. Which is ironic, because with that neck, Girafarig is usually the one looking down on everyone else. We don't have any success until we reach level 77, and believe me, I tried at each level in between at least once. I also replaced Headbutt with Return and Earthquake with Thunder. This battle just isn't possible without them. And I don't need Earthquake when Return can knock out the Pikachu anyways, and Thunder is needed for the Charizard and Blastoise, or as I like to call them, Lava Lizard and the Soggy Snapper. The craziest part of this battle is when Red's only chance of winning is for us to miss a Thunder, and then he sets up Rain Dance, which makes it 100% accurate. Heck, what with all the time he spent staring at the cave wall, you would think he'd have come up with a better plan than that, don't you think? And don't even get me started on the Venusaur. That thing was just target practice. And with that, the challenge is over. Girafarig might not have been as good as Stantler, but compared to most of these challenges, it's still head and shoulders above the competition. Well, as always, I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. These videos are a lot of fun, but also a lot of work, so I really do appreciate it. There's a playlist on my channel where you can find the rest of my Pokemon Challenge videos if you want to check those out as well. And if you like this kind of content and want to see more, subscribe and enable notifications so you'll know right away the next time one of these episodes is uploaded. And let me know in the comments what other Pokemon you want to see, and I'll probably do it. Next week, I'm going to try beating Pokemon Red using only one Shelder. Shelder? I hardly even know her. Anyways, until next time, bye!